Good evening. Father Matt Williams here on this fifth Sunday of Lent. Can you believe it that we're already at Holy Week? Next Sunday is Palm Sunday. You know, what I'd like to just focus on briefly today is the reality of don't give up, but keep persevering. You know, we're almost at the end of Lent, and you know, you might be tempted to kind of give up or get lax in your discipline. And Jesus' example in the gospel today really encourages us and invites us not to give up, but to persevere and to keep on going. Because there's no glory without the cross. No cross, no glory. As we know in the gospel today, some Greeks come to Andrew and to Philip and they say, you know, we wish to see Jesus, you know. And just as a side note, like that's my heart's desire, right? That's our heart's desire. We always wish to see Jesus, but sometimes we mistake that ache for Jesus for something else. For food, for people, for relationships, you know, for you name it, you know. And not that we're not created for relationships, we are. But like sometimes we can substitute Jesus and make people idols. We can make relationships idols. We can make food idols. We can make things that we shouldn't be doing idols. We can substitute that. Ultimately, our heart's desire is for Jesus. We wish to see Jesus. And you know, at this moment, when the Greeks come, Jesus then proclaims that his hour is now come. And in John's gospel, the hour is mentioned 17 times. And it's very important. It's a very important word in the gospel of John, because the hour is referring to the hour of Jesus' glorification. It's the hour of his passion, his suffering, and his death, when he's exalted on the cross, okay? So he says, now that the hour has come. So now this is the moment now, and this is in John's gospel. It's chapter 12, chapter 13, it's the Last Supper. So we're at the very brink. We're in Passover now, and we're at the very brink of the Last Supper. And so Jesus says that his hour is now come. And then he says something very interesting, okay? Now, knowing that his hour is here, and this is the reason why he came, for this hour to die for us, right? He was born. We were born for life. He's the only one that was born to die so that we could have eternal life. We were born to live. We were born for life. He was born to die so that we could have eternal life. That's our Jesus. You know, the Father so loved the world that he sent his beloved Son so that those who believe in him may not die, but have eternal life. So Jesus says something very interesting. He says, I'm now troubled. So like we begin to see the anguish of Jesus. He knows that his death is coming. He knows his betrayal is coming. He knows he's going to be crucified and he's going to be lifted up on the cross. Like he knows this is coming. And he says, I am now troubled. I am troubled. And then it's very interesting what he says next. What am I to say now? Father, save me from this hour? No, it is for this very reason that I came. So Jesus, experiencing anguish, his soul is deeply troubled. He knows what's awaiting him. He knows the agony that awaits him. And he says, what am I supposed to give up now? When I supposed to say, Father, save me from this hour? No, this is the reason why I came. And so this is the courage. Jesus has gone before us. He's the courageous one. You know, we can all be wimps. Let's be honest. We're weak. We're wimps. We give up on our fast. We give up on our prayers at times, right? We compromise in sin, right? We lack courage. We lack that strength to go forward with what we know we're supposed to do. And what does Jesus do? Our Jesus, he's like, what am I supposed to say? Father, save him this hour? No, this is why I came. So Jesus is the courageous one. So you're struggling? Do you need some courage today? And when I say courage, it's not just to face fear, but courage is like to do what God's asking us to do the hard thing, to stay away from sin, to keep living our Lenten disciplines, you know? Jesus is the courageous one, right? So we got to cling to Jesus. He inspires us today that he looked at his hour where he was going to be completely humiliated, naked on the cross and abandoned and beaten. Never mind the internal suffering, which was far greater than what he went through on the cross, right? He looked at all of that with deep trouble in his heart, because his heart was troubled. It was in agony, anguish. We know what happened at the agony in the garden. Father, let this cup pass from me, but not my will, but your will be done. And he says no, and he clings to his Father. He clings to his Father's will. He takes refuge in the heart of his Father. And Jesus, the courageous one, goes forward. I don't know about you, but I need some courage today. I need Jesus. I need to cling to Jesus. I need his courage today. I don't know about you, right? But you can turn to Jesus, the courageous one, and say, Jesus, I need your courage today. I need to cling to you. Help me, Lord, to stand fast with my Lenten discipline. Help me, Lord, to stay away from sin. Help me, Lord, to let your love radiate in and through me. Because sometimes it's really hard to love people. Sometimes people are really challenging to love, and it gets annoying, and it's hard to forgive them over and over again, or forgive them for what they've done to us, or to love people that are difficult to love. But Jesus is the courageous one, and we want to cling to Jesus. Say, Jesus, I need your fortitude. I need your courage. I need your strength to face this trial I'm going through right now in my life. So on this fifth Sunday of Lent, this is a great opportunity for us to ante up for this last week of Lent before Holy Week. This is the last regular season, because next week begins Holy Week, right? So this is the last, in a sense, regular season of Lent. It's all Lent, okay? But this last week is like an opportunity to finish up strong so we can enter into Holy Week like propelled off of a diving board. Are you in it? You in it to win it? No cross, no glory without the cross. No cross, no glory. God bless you. Please pray for me as I pray for you. Have a great night.